Hey, this is Titze, and you're listening to Paper Flower. Some stories don't end in words, they end in pauses, in smiles, in held hands, and unsent messages. And even when the chapter closes, something soft lingers behind. This is the final chapter. Until then, he was folding the last of his shirts when his phone buzzed on the bed beside him. He glanced at the screen. Her name. His finger hovered over the answer button for a moment longer than usual. She had never called before. Still, he picked up, tried to sound light. Hey, what's up? Her voice wasn't as cheerful. Hi, when's your flight today? Around 9 p.m., he replied, adjusting a zipper on his bag. Why? There was a pause. Then, softly, she asked, Then, can we meet? Just for a little while? Another small silence followed. Well, only if you're free. No pressure though. He sat up straight. Sure. Alright. Where should we meet? He found her by the beach, the same beach where they had watched their first sunset together. She was standing with her back to him, her feet kissed gently by the waves, looking out where the sea stretched endlessly into the sky. He walked up quietly and stood beside her. She turned and smiled, a soft, tired smile. So, are you done packing? She asked. Yeah, he replied. All done. The waves answered in the silence that followed. She looked down, watching the foam wrap around her ankles. You're not coming back very soon, I guess, she said, her voice barely louder than the breeze. He looked at the far horizon and spoke after a beat. I don't really know when. New semester starting soon, then internship. Don't even know how I'm gonna manage all that, but yeah. He gave a soft scoff and looked away, like the sky might have the answers. She nodded, faintly. You'll be busy. He looked at her then. Hey, he said gently. We'll keep in touch, right? She lifted her gaze and nodded just slightly. Then she reached into her bag, took out something small, held out his hand and placed it gently into his palm. A little pink flower, but not paper this time. Crocheted, carefully made, every loop a thread of something unspoken. I didn't want the flower to crumble away in your bag, she said. So, I made this one. Maybe it will stay with you longer, like our memory. She smiled, but her eyes, they were not smiling. He looked at the flower in his hand, then at her. I'll cherish it for as long as I can. She breathed in, trying not to say too much. Well, you have a flight to catch. You should go home, rest a little before the journey. He was quiet. She turned, ready to walk away, and then he reached out, took her hand. She turned to him again. Let's try. His voice wasn't steady. It carried a restless curiosity, something scared and hopeful all at once. She looked into his eyes and smiled softly. Okay. Then she added, have a safe journey. He opened his mouth, then closed it. Couldn't find the words, just nodded. Hey, she said, squeezing his hand gently. Let me see that smile, please. He was caught off guard, but he smiled. Slowly, awkwardly at first, then fuller. And she was completely lost in that smile while holding his hand. Neither of them said it, not quite, but both of them knew. This wasn't goodbye, not really. And just like that, the story ends. Quietly, gently, like a flower pressed between pages. Thank you for listening to Paper Flower. If you have felt even a little bit of this journey in your heart, I hope it stays with you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the next story that's already blooming in the background. This is Titze, and I'll see you again in a new story, in a new moment. But until then, take care.